Hello, thank you for tuning into another episode of Take 10 on Tuesday with the Tennessee Tribune. I'm Jason Luntz. Today I decided to stop by the offices of Denor Brands and Public Relations with the owner, Ashley Northington. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Jason. Thanks for stopping by.
Great. Well, the reason why I wanted to stop by here today is I wanted to let our audience know basically some of the things you're doing out here and talk a little bit about branding, a little bit about public relations, and I just wanted to just jump in there if that's okay.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, that's great. Well, let me ask you first. You own a PR firm. Branding is what you do. Can you give us a few words about what exactly is branding?
I love that question. I'm so glad you asked me. I think that a lot of people get branding really, really confused. I think for some people, branding means a bunch of different things. A lot of people think that branding is like a logo design or your business card design or what you put on social media. And I think that that's true, but I think that's also short-sighted. Mm-hmm. And so for me, branding is all about your messaging or your marketing messages, your story really. The story that tells the unique value that you add to the marketplace, why people should be, why they need your business, why they need your services. So that's one part of it, like story. Another part of that is the visuals, and that is your logo design, your graphic design, the way your website looks, the way you actually physically present yourself. And then the last part of that is your actions. And that is the things that you do. How do you interact with customers? Wow. How do you interact on social media? How do people respond to you? What is the experience that people get when they do business with you? So for me, branding is all about marrying messaging, visuals, and exploding that with your actions.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So when you take on a client, how do you even know where you should take their branding?
So what we do first is we do what's called a brand audit. And that's where I ask all these really, intrusive, invasive questions.
Invasive?
Yes, it's like deep. I have to know everything about you and your business and how you tick. We do sort of like almost like a brain dump. And I ask them, I really get to know them and know the person that is running the brand and understand what goals they have for their business. And I ask them questions about who they admire or what they're aspiring to. I ask them questions about colors and words and sounds and all sorts of things so that I can do research and really, really understand the psychology of who they are and what this business is going to do. And so we start there, and after we do this audit of all these questions, we kind of have like a 90-minute powwow session. And in that 90-minute powwow session, I'll go over your audit and your questions, and I'll push back because I think a lot of people get comfortable in what they've got going on. But sometimes in that audit, I have to ask you things that make you a little bit uncomfortable so that we can get you to the next level. So we sort of push back in that 90-minute session. And then after that, I give people a plan of action. So we go through this audit process where I uncover all these things and all these aspirations and goals. I do a little bit of pushback, a little bit of dialogue, and then I give you a plan of action. And I always start with a 90-day plan of action. And then we kind of track things out more long term. But that's all based on research. That's based on your thoughts. That's based on, it's just the psychology of your business.
Okay. So I've always been a big proponent of people that own businesses not being afraid to hire people to do different things for them.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you're good at one thing, focus on that. But just quickly, why should a smaller business or even a small nonprofit hire a PR agency?
So I think that's really important is that people stay in their wheelhouse. I think that it's really important that people do focus on doing what they do best. And so if you're a nonprofit agency and you're passionate about, clothing disadvantaged children, then you should be focused on clothing disadvantaged children. And you should leave the business of finance to financial people. You should leave the business of telling your story to PR and or marketing professionals. I think that it's really important to bring together different people who have, great, areas of strong suit, in different areas together to make something powerful. I think it's best when everybody stays in their respective lanes to make something happen.
So that's important. So using someone like you, that way they don't have to sit there and think about all those questions you ask. Because you can make something authentic because you get to know them.
Right.
And now they can sit back and go back to focusing on what they started this organization for.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about really learning how to tell your story to your audience in a way that connects, in a way that's really meaningful.
So you're really passionate about helping small businesses and nonprofits and organizations. What are some of the ways that you help them?
Yeah, there are a few ways that I'm really focused on right now. Aside from, coming in to my office and working with me, the first way is that I helped write a book called Boss Living, a practical guide to starting your sustainable small business. This book is for entrepreneurs, for aspiring entrepreneurs, written by successful ones.
Oh, cool.
And it's all about giving people a pathway to success. So those business owners who are thinking about, trying to grow their business, or for those who are, thinking about, business ownership, this book provides a really great primer for them to get started. I was fortunate enough to write a chapter on brand development, where I teach people how to write their winning brand story. And they do that by what I call living your brand. And speaking of living your brand, the second way I help business owners is through my personal brand development course, which is called Live Your Brand. And I'm all about having people live their brands. And that is making sure that the fruit of your life and the fruit of your business matches what you say you are and what you say you do. And so Live Your Brand is all about helping business owners or nonprofit leaders. It's all about helping them create their brand that is based on their most authentic, truest self, so that they can take their brand to the next level. And in that course, we give people a 12-month plan of action that's going to really help them energize their business and their marketing activities.
Oh man,
create solid messaging. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like a powerful thing, and that's something that business can use. It's always good to keep educating yourself and learning better ways to grow your organization.
Absolutely, I absolutely couldn't agree with you more, for sure.
That's great. Well, I definitely think people should know more about that course. How can they find out more about that and more about what you do?
Sure. So there are two websites they can go to. The first one is ashleynorthington.com, and then the second one is denorbrands.com. And there you can find all you need to know about Live Your Brand, the brand audit process, and Boss Living, a practical guide to starting your sustainable small business.
Sounds like a good book. I gotta get my hands on one. And before I let you go, I always ask people about Nashville. Nashville's blowing up, and it's a really great place to live and run a business. How do you feel about where Nashville's at now?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I was born and raised in Nashville, and then I moved away for about 8 years to different parts of Louisiana. And I came back here in 2013, and I am in love with this city. I love the growth that has taken place. I love that we have so many different people from so many different parts of the country and even the world who have chosen to make Nashville their home. I think that Nashville is the perfect place for entrepreneurs right now because there's so many organizations that are offering resources and support to help them thrive. I think that Nashville is a great place to raise a family. We have some challenges like a lot of big cities or mid-sized cities do, but I really, really, really think that Nashville is in general a safe place. The education system is not that abysmal like some people think it is. I think it's a great, solid place to be, and I'm just happy to be here.
That's great. I agree. Everyone knows that I love Nashville, so I'm happy to hear other people feeling the same.
Absolutely.
And I definitely want to thank you for your time. Definitely get in contact with her, learn more about the book and the course that she has. That would be great. And I want to thank you again.
Thank you so much, Jason. Thanks for coming by.
Definitely. And once again, you've been tuning into Take 10 on Tuesday with the Tennessee Tribune. See you next time.